Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Nepal Tech Hub. As for you guys about my Android Studio videos. So today we're gonna do the first project on Android Studio. At this point, before I start my video furthermore, I hope that you all guys installed Android Studio in your PC. If not, you can go back to my channel and watch for the video where I have how to install Android Studio in Windows PC. Okay, let's go ahead and start the project. Open up the Android Studio for the first time, and if you're starting your Android Studio for the first time after you have installed the fresh start, then you can see create new project, open an existing project if you have any, but at this point we don't have any, so we're just gonna go ahead and create the new project. And the beauty of Android Studio is you can always get the template, and a bunch of functionalities out there on the template already been built up. But for this project we're gonna go ahead and just do empty activities, which means you can customize your own, and that's perfect for the beginners. For the demo purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and do the empty project and the name of your project. So be concise and be precise on your what the name you want to give for your project. So just for an example, if you are creating an application for restaurant or food delivery, then you might want to do food delivery app on the name of the restaurant. So because this is the name that's going to be on the top of your Android application page on each pages. So yeah, be sure what you're going to give the name of your application. And for this I'm going to give my first video, so the package name on the second. So the second one is the package name. I'm going to leave it by default for now, and there is the save location where your project file will be saved. So let's just go ahead and see the project file where it's going to save. So for now, as I went to the folder, I don't see any packages saying my first video. So okay, let's just go ahead and select the language Java. If you use a KitKat version, then it's not gonna work for the Jelly Bean because it's a newer version than the Jelly Bean. So as you can see on the bottom, you have 99.4% of the devices. That means you are targeting more users. That's what we want when you are developing something like application or any other things on the development process. You first gonna see how many users you will gain. So yeah, let's go ahead and finish the project. And just gives a couple seconds because it's gonna take a bit of time while it builds the project. At the same time, why don't we just go ahead and see? Yeah, you can see now first video out there on the folder. So here you go, your application has been built. So now we go under the Java, and under the Java we see our project file and package name. So my first video, underneath we can see the Java class with the main activity, and there we can create a new Java class if you want to. And here under the race there is a drawable and layout. So that's what we use most of the time. If you want to give any pictures, custom picture, then you go to the drawable, or if you want to see the layout, how does it gonna look like on the real time, then it's gonna be the activity main YAML under the layout. So make sure if you are trying to paste any PNG or JPG file under the drawable, yeah, you have to copy and paste just under the drawable. So for the layout, we're gonna go on the activity main, and we see this split in between so that you can see both code and the layout. You can always zoom in and zoom out. Okay, let's go ahead and just do our first project. So I love to do from the code because it's going to be really easy if you go from the code. And for now, let's go change the font size because it looks a bit smaller on mine. So I'm going to change the font size, increase it a little bit. Okay, it looks perfect now. Okay, let's just go ahead and change hello world because it's by default it's always hello world. So why don't we change something new this time? Okay, let's say hello Nepal. And let's change the text color and the size. So let's make it a little bit bigger. So we'll give you 43 dp, and we'll change the color. So yeah, there is one thing on the side of those boxes. If you are seeing the constraint on the side of the boxes, that's for keeping those responsible, because your user might have tablet, or it can be a small mobile phone with 5.7 inch of screen, and the tablet could have 10-inch screen. So the screen varies as per the application could be the same. So in order to have the responsive application, you need to have those constraints on the side attached with the border. So always make sure, if you are creating any layout for the UI, then you should make sure your constraints are always on the border, so that it can be smaller as per your screen size and bigger as per your screen size again. For the demo, we're gonna see, and we're gonna attach the JPG file, and we'll see how does it works when you have the different boxes and when you have the screen size up and down. So for now, let's go ahead and change the color. So I'm gonna put the text color purple for now, because for the red, I actually gonna put the red, but you don't have a red color, because here we have to get from the library. So we're gonna change that to red after a few seconds. Okay, we're gonna go to the code. So this way you can just see the code, not the layout. And if you split, then you can see both of them. This is how I like to work most of the time. You can zoom in and zoom out as per your, and you can see the design, just this is the design and the layout. And you can always drag and drop from the left palette, and if the text or button or any kind of things that if you feel like you want to use it on your layout, then you can just drag and drop. It's simple and easy. And you see, try to do the image, but before that, if we have our custom PNG or JPG file under the drywall, then it's going to be easier just to drag and drop the image view whatever we want to. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and put the Nepal flag out there, the PNG file. I'm sorry, it's the JPG file. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and paste, and make sure you always paste under the drywall, not under the drywall v24. So make sure before you paste is under just drywall, and give the name and refactor. Okay, now you can go to the image view, and you will see your just pasted image out there. If you want to select, there you go. As you can see, we just pasted this Nepal flag out there, and you will just go ahead and do OK. If you want any other icons, that's by default, it's going to be there. You can always use those icons on your application, but for now we're just going to use PNG file of our flag. And as I say, it's going to be responsive if you have those constraint attached with the border. So I'm going to give one of the top and attach to the boxes of the top one with the Hello Nepal, so that it won't overlap with the Hello Nepal boxes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for the next 3 of them. And one more thing, because we have Hello Nepal boxes all the way on the bottom, so as you can see, I was not able to overlap the picture with the Hello Nepal. So but I can do this. I can't even overlap with the flag, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put the constraint of the Hello Nepal boxes text box to the image box. So there you go. Yep, now you can see it won't overlap. Okay, I'll just increase the size a little bit and see how it looks. If you want to change anything from the text view, if you are just in the design, then you can always go from the attributes and change it. As for the text, it's a common attributes, and for constant, you can see right there constant widget. So it's always up to you if you want to do design, just a design without a code. Yeah, it's really helpful for the newcomers with the less knowledge of coding, you can always get the application done from the Android Studio. Yep, and just to get it run, we have to select the virtual mobile phone for the first time. But I had run previously, so I had one virtual mobile devices on mine. But I'll show you how does it looks like when you first open your Android Studio and try to run the project on Emulator. That's what it called, the virtual mobile phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete mine that had been there from previous. So I'll build the project and see how the it goes. Okay, here dependency Android. So I feel like the build has been failed, but let's wait and see till it's okay. Yeah, it's confirmed that build has been failed. So let's go ahead and see what's wrong with it, and let's see the error. Yeah, it could be okay. This says mean compile SDK 31st specified in a dependency, but okay, nice. It's giving error because of the dependency. So just to check the dependency, you have to go to the Gradle file, which is under your project, under your package, not the project. So you go once inside your package and you see all the dependency out there. So Android is compile SDK version is 31st, but it should be matched to the target SDK version. That's why we have to change it to the 31st again. Either way, you can do compile version 30 or the target version 30, or you just have to make it both similar. So in my case I have 31st on the both of them. So there you go. I'm gonna build it again and see is there any more error. Yep, it looks like Gradle build has been finished and with no error, so we're good to go. Now let's go ahead and add a virtual devices. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and add Pixel 4 or 5. Let's do Pixel 2 because it says 5 inch of screen and it has a Play Store as well. So let's go ahead and do Pixel 2. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and select the default and hit finish. Okay, let's run the emulator by itself. So this time it's not running your application, it's just running the emulator, just the virtual device. And don't get panic if it's blackout screen. It's just because it's a switch off, like power off for the first time. Yeah, you just give a second, or you can just press the power button. It's all up to you, but if you just give a couple seconds, then it's gonna come back up and you can see just like a phone, like your mobile phone. It's gonna load and show you all the fresh out mobile phone that you just buy from the market. But we haven't loaded our application in this phone because we just run emulator by itself, not our application. For next time, okay, let's X out of these and this time we're gonna run our application inside that emulator. Yeah, you make sure you have selected the emulator. Okay, now once you run the emulator with your application, then you can see your application first pop up. And as I say in my first video, the name of my package and the name of my application will be on the top of each and every page, unless you want to customize it. So you can see we have selected Hello Nepal, and let's see how does our application look like as I said in my first video as the name of my application. And next video I'll show you how to change the icon of the application, page adding on the application, so that your application will look more professional. Thank you so much for this video. Keep watching my channel, keep supporting us. Thank you so much.